you get it done. What is good, DTL? Prime time is live on Stadium Simulcast on our YouTube page for all you degenerates out there. And my man Mark in the chat took the words right out of my mouth, and I already lost him. He says, oh, what a glorious evening. Feel so lucky to get ready for the game with the best crew in the biz. I'm your boy, the coach. We're live every single primetime NFL night, Thursdays, Sundays, and of course, Mondays for Monday Night Football. Tonight, a battle for first place in the AFC East. You have the 3-2 Buffalo Bills taking on the 2-3 New York Jets with a new head interim man standing on the sidelines. A little housekeeping. We've got to play on the over and the Dodgers right now. It's bottom of the eighth. The Mets, they scored 6 early. AB's cashed the over. That's 6-3 as the Dodgers have tried to claw back, but it looks like the Mets may leave LA 1-1. But we got a lot to get to. We got the no-fly zone. We got key matchups on the ground, in the air. Also, straight picks and props. So how do we do it all in 60 minutes? Well, I'm going to tell you, because right now it's time for the picks. Let's go. And tonight I got 4 of my absolute very best soupy. Raphael, Seabass, and AB are here. And quickly, AB, you're looking really good. You already cashed your over. And the Mets, really strong performance this afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Man, good afternoon, Coach, crew, everybody. Look, it's wild that we saw game one. The Dodgers go up 6-0, hit a grand slam. The Mets today go up 6-0, hit a grand slam. You don't see that too often consecutive days.
You really, really don't. So it looks like it is going to go 1-1. We'll keep you updated on that as well. Game 2 is game 1 in the American League Championship Series. It starts in about 36 minutes from right now. We may have a little cross-sport parlay for your viewing pleasures here in just a matter of moments. Gentlemen, let's jump right in because we got 2 big-time quarterbacks tonight. Both of them are hurt. According to DraftKings, this number has moved literally all over the board. And Raphael, I'm going to start with you. I don't know that I've ever seen as much line movement from 2 to 2, back to 1 to 1, total of 41.5, maybe ever. Explain the numbers.
Well, yeah, it's very interesting. Right now, you get 2 numbers. There's a -1 out there, and there's a -1.5. I don't think we're going to see 2 again because some book that took the 2 took a 6-figure bet on that 2, and it quickly went down to 1. So that just tells me they moved it a whole point. They were very comfortable with that money that came in, knew it was coming in, and just dropped it a point. So I think we're going to see 1.5. Now, the total, we could see 42 before we go off the air.
All right, we'll keep an update on that. That's what my guy does. By the way, did you hit the Alouettes today afternoon CFL football?
Yes, I did. And I danced like AB afterwards.
What, you went like this? You went like this? Everybody, let's give it a little AB. Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's what it was. All right, New York State. I tell you what, they've got some issues. Some of the props numbers have literally, AB, all over the board. Explain why.
Wind. And we talked about it this morning on the AM show in regards to the Yankees game, all right? Now, MetLife Stadium, it's known. Old Giant Stadium was known. That wind gets it there, and it swirls. You've got 17-mile-an-hour winds. All right, Yankee Stadium, it's blowing out towards right field. But understand that wind in the NFL, what it affects, especially when it starts swirling, okay? It's obviously harder to throw. Your accuracy is going to depend on your technique. You got to keep the ball in tight. You got to have a strong arm. Also, it affects kicking, field goals. Remember that one as well tonight. You got to tuck that thing in, and you've got to be very technique savvy throwing into the wind and a strong arm.
Last night, the Giants kicker missed 2 to the left in this same stadium, to AB's point. All right, Subi, best beer in the game. Let me come over to you because I don't know. I mean, normally 3 years ago, this would have been all pro against all pro. Now you got a guy who clearly had a concussion a week ago against Aaron Rodgers, who threw 3 interceptions against the Vikings in London, looked awful, and now they have to deal with a new head coach interim on the sideline. How are you looking at the totality of the game tonight?
I think it's going to be a lot of defense and a lot of running. Both quarterbacks are not playing well right now. Aaron Rodgers, he's just immobile, and it's not good for an offensive line that just is not giving him any time in the pocket, just 2.3 seconds. And Josh Allen, He can't throw the ball right now. It's lofty, it looks bad, and he's not running the ball like he was at the beginning of the season. I think defense and the run game are going to play a big factor in this game.
We've done last 2 weeks, 17 and 9 completions respectfully for Josh Allen. Something's wrong with that hand. Seabass, only 5-star chef in the game. There are clearly things wrong with both quarterbacks. When that happens, normally you play very conservative, very close to the vest. Your thoughts?
I would have to agree there, especially now with the way this number's been moving all day, up and down, around. The wind here in DC is crazy, so I'm sure it's there too, obviously on the East Coast. I'll be honest, I had the over coming up that we're going to talk about. It's iffy. It's iffy at this point. I'm reading the chat. There's some things being dropped there. It's interesting to look at right now.
All right, AB, you just put in there. They just ruled James Cook out tonight. Yes.
They did. Now you're going to take a look at Ray Davis and Ty Johnson here. There are injuries galore in this game for both of them. But James Cook being out, that's big, man. That's multiple running backs. Duh.
That is a big-time injury. He's been fantastic. He's been one of the lone bright spots this entire year for the Bears. My man Kevin says A.B. Schefter is all over it in the chat tonight. All right, now I mentioned we have a cross-sport parlay. The baseball game starts in about 33 minutes. So, A.B., I've got to start with you because you're all over the Guardians and the Yankees tonight. And one thing that we try to educate the audience on is that a lot of the domestic sports books, they have alternative lines if you really know what you're doing. Start us off, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to go cross-sport parlay here. All right, we're going to move the Bills and Jets down to 32.5 and play the over. And then we're going to move the Guardians and Yankees down from 7.5 to 6.5 and play that over. Put them both together. Get it at plus 100. And like Coach said, game first pitch, I believe, 7:38 p.m. Eastern. So there you go.
All right, we'll come back to AB for his turnovers in a second, but I wanted to get that one in right away. Really, really smart. And these are just kind of, I call these fun bets, AB. These are the ones when you have, it's kind of like on Christmas Day, you've got, NBA and this guy more points in football. I love these type. And then you put them together. It's just fun, right?
It's a lot of fun, man. I enjoy it. You get to watch both games, sweating them at the same time.
Yeah, exactly, Seabass. All right, let me come over to you because you think first half tonight, as opposed to maybe the full game, that both teams come out. We just need 3 total touchdowns. Easier said than done.
Mute. It's been like 2 weeks. I was texting the wife to turn the TV down. But I listen, over 20 points in the first half. The Bills have done this in 4 or 5 games, 2 or 3 on the road. The Jets in 2 of their 5 games. This James Cook news that's just coming down now, though, I still like it, but I'm not as confident as I was when I turned this in this afternoon.
All right, so do you still want to play it, or would you like to take it off the board?
The bet's in. The bet's in.
It's in. Boom, it's in, baby.
It's in. We take it. Good, bad, the ugly, Coach.
You can't scare Seabass. Who are you talking to? Now, I got Soupy and Raphael. They're getting crazy. One is taking the point. The other one, Soupy. You got some guts over there, big boy. Let's start with you. You're taking the money line. All the Bills got to do is just win. You don't need no stinking 1.5.
I don't need anything. I told you this game is going to come down to the run game, and it's going to come down to defense. And now that we know that James Cook is out, the run game takes a terrible hit for the Bills. And the Jets still have Braylon Allen and Breece Hall. They have both been working as a great tandem. And the Jets have the better defense. They have one of the best secondaries in the league, allowing the fewest passing yards. That rush defense, not as good, but it's still a top 10 rush defense. They're going to be able to shut down in all facets. That's why I like to take the Jets tonight. First win for the new interim coach. And I'm also taking the under too. So I take both those bets.
All right. Now, Raphael, you are going to take the 1.5. And most people maybe say, oh, well, what's 1 point, especially in the NFL, can sometimes mean the difference between cash and not cashing. Your thoughts?
Yeah, 2019 final makes me cash again. DraftKings just moved the money line for the Jets plus 105. Now you're getting that plus nickel. So that's a great bet if you want to take the money line. Also, 60% of those best parlays that AB has the Yankees and Jets in their parlay. So they're mixing it up. So good luck to all those people who have those parlay. I'm just taking the Jets to win. I'll take the +1.5. It's Aaron Rodgers. He's 13-9 on Monday Night Footballs. He has won 10 out of his last 11 on Monday Night Football games. So Aaron Rodgers looks mediocre better today.
Give us a little tease, AB, because I know coming up in about 8 minutes, we've got the no-fly zone. And when you have a guy that throws it like Aaron Rodgers, really more of a zip pass and a lot of those short to the outer parts of the flat, as opposed to the way Josh Allen throws the ball, who should we be more confident in tonight? Because there's a lot of Bills fans, and there's certainly a lot of Jets fans, no matter what the negativity in the chat says about this being a crap game tonight.
No, this game's going to be a wild game tonight. All right. Now, you got two quarterbacks with two strong arms, so don't necessarily worry about it. But I'll tell you what you're going to see out of the no-fly zone tonight, what you need to know. The Jets, yeah, they have a new head coach. They have a new offensive coordinator calling plays, Todd Downing, who used to be with the Tennessee Titans and Mike Vrabel. I know this guy better than anybody. I understand his offense. I've seen it, the good and the bad. So understand that Aaron Rodgers has a brand new play caller, meaning Aaron Rodgers is calling the plays tonight. That's what that means. Absolutely.
Is it aggressive? Do they throw it a lot? What's this guy's tendencies?
He's a former tight ends coach who loves throwing a tight end. So that fits with the win tonight. And Josh Allen without a run game, and he can't run himself because with a concussion, you are one play away from Mitch Trubiskyville. So you've got to be throwing all over the place. I'm telling you, tonight's game's going to be awesome. It's going to be weird, but it's going to be awesome.
By the way, that particular city you just described, Mitch Trubiskyville, the property values in that city are very low right now. Not a lot of people are wanting to buy houses in said place right now.
Buy now and then sell it.
Raphael, when we look at the totality of what this game means, I think that there's a lot of divisions so far, take the really good ones out, that it feels like, oh, the season is lost. This game tonight is for first place in the AFC East because the Dolphins lost their quarterback. They stink. The Patriots are 1-5. So you could, like this, with a good performance tonight, the Jets, and they're very, very bandwagony in New York. I used to live right by New York. They could turn this thing around literally overnight.
A W puts them in first place, and we're all going to forget about the coach that's no longer the coach anymore. So if you're a Jets or a Jets fan at the same time, just get a W and move on because things can be looking much brighter, but you need that W tonight.
Yeah, and on the other side, Seabass, the Bills have been a perennial. Unfortunately, Josh Allen's playing during the Patrick Mahomes era, and they always seem every year to get bounced. So they got rid of a lot of guys, and they have a new identity. But the NFL's taking a lot of flack because they let Josh Allen come in last week when he shouldn't have. He had a concussion. So I think a lot of the numbers are reflecting that tonight, and I wonder just how effective he's going to be.
I think Josh Allen is going to be pretty conservative tonight. Any significant shot that he takes, if he has to scramble and run, I think we see that maybe he does get pulled. I mean, it's still a long season. We're early into the season here. Better safe than sorry. We don't need a Tua situation going on up there. I think it's going to be a conservative game from the Bills side tonight.
Now, Japan says in the chat, Josh Allen will rely on his legs. I don't know, Soupy, if that's necessarily going to be the case.
I don't think so either, just because this Jets pass rush is really good. It's not going to be to a point where they flush him out of the pocket. They are just going to send him down crashing. And I just don't think he's going to have a lot of time to scramble. I'll tell you why later, though. I don't think it's a good rushing day for him.
Oh, look at your little tease as you guys tease for. We do the prop it up right after the bottom of the hour around 7:32 Eastern time as well. We also will look a little bit deeper at both quarterbacks after we take a look at the no-fly zone. And I'm telling you, if you're new to DTL Primetime Live and you've never seen the no-fly zone, it normally cashes or will lead to a cash lately first quarter. I mean, it's literally no sweat. I mean, sometimes we feel like we're still in money. Not always, but sometimes we feel like we're still in money. All right, still to come. We got all that. Plus, tonight is your boys' night. I'm getting into the club, and I'm going to be popping bottles all night. It's Primetime Live. Only one place right here on Stadium. Okay, all of you degenerates out there that watch us on our YouTube page, we value you so, so much. The visiting team tonight, AB, are the Bills. How can we have some fun with them, sir?
Have some fun with a nice little two-leg parlay here. And look, this is how betting goes for shows and everyone else. James Cook, he is out. So scratch that top one. You learned the same time that we did. So you got two options here. Bills money line, Josh Allen, 2+ passing touchdowns, plus 300. For Bills, minus 1.5. Keon Coleman, anytime touchdown at plus 525. Like I said, James Cook, his backups will be Ray Davis, okay, Ty Johnson, and Frank Gore Jr. got elevated. So, Rafi, I'll throw it to you. You love parlays here. What you got?
I love the last one. Give me the Bills minus 1.5 and Coleman anytime TD. But I'm going to do education. If you did have the first one and James Cook is out, that one goes to a straight play. Now you just have Bills money line on your ticket.
There you go. There you go. Seabass, what you looking at?
I like that one too. With the wind coming along tonight, I don't see a lot of throwing tonight. Josh Allen, 2-pass TD seems like a bit much. So give me the Bills minus 1.5 and Keon Coleman anytime TD.
Okay. Soupy.
First off, Frank Gore being upgraded, I love that. He actually has a couple passing yards at Southern Miss. But I'm going to take, I don't like any of them, but I will take the minus 1.5 and Keon Coleman anytime touchdown.
All right. Coach, what do you like?
Hey, I'm going with the same one. Let's go crazy or go home. I like Keon Coleman. I think he's hysterical. He's super, super entertaining. And for show purposes only, I could see either side winning this game. So give me that and Keon Coleman plus 525 AB.
All right. I like it. I'm going to go the top one, but I'm going to take James Cook out, and I'm going to put in Ty Johnson. Remember that name? Exactly. Remember that name, and you might see him pop up towards the end of the show here. Yeah, there we go.
A couple of things in the chat. I'm not feeling the love. Dan Clark says, I hope Coach doesn't have Lazard first touchdown. He will jinx me if so. Dan, I do not. Somebody else does, though. And also Chicago Pat. It's so funny. Coach keeps saying he's getting in the club, but it's like the movie Groundhog Day. It just keeps repeating, laughing my ass off. I'm not laughing, Chicago Pat. It ain't funny to me. God, I hate not being in the club. We're back on Stadium in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back on Stadium. Wherever you find Stadium, you will find us. Amazon Prime, YouTube TV, Roku TV, WatchStadium.com, and the Stadium app. I got, just 4 of my absolute very best tonight. Now, every single show, our audience continues to grow. The numbers do not lie. So there's always somebody new out there that never sees why we are the best show in the business. We go deeper. So we got Josh Allen. We got Aaron Rodgers. But where do they throw? What do they do? Where should they not? There's only one. No fly zone.
Let's start first with Josh Allen against this Jets secondary. Now take a look at the rankings, all right? Short left, short mid, short right. All 21 or worse. 32 is worst in the league. But look at deep. 9, 7, 11. And look at Josh Allen, okay? This is his offensive style. He doesn't throw as much as he used to. It doesn't run as much as he used to. And that offense is 15 yards and in. He does really not throw deep too terribly much. So flipping it over here, I want you to pay attention. These are his vulnerable spots. Deep mid, all right? Deep left, intermediate mid, and look right there at the line of scrimmage because Josh Allen is big and he will move and get out of a sack, but also throw the ball up, and it could cause trouble right there in the line, basically the line of scrimmage. Now, all of that with no James Cook, and Josh Allen has to be careful as well because he's one hit from being out. So you flip it over, and these are the scripts you'll see for the Bills tonight. Max protect on the offensive line using tight ends to chip. What that means is that you have tight ends, 1 or 2 on the line, all right, that take those D ends or linebackers. When they come off, snap the ball, quick block, and then they go out for a pattern. Buys Josh Allen a little bit more time. You're going to see a heavy increase in pre-snap line movement from the Bills, wide receivers and running backs, motioning and moving around, because what that does is keep the Jets offense on its heels and not its toes. All right, Josh Allen, elevated amount of bootlegs and screen passes. This is all about buying time for him. and the quick pass game and horizontal passes. Again, this is about not taking hits. And when you have a run game that is hurting, you find ways when they blitz, you throw it at the blitz. But Josh Allen, 4 out of 5-star rating to throw a pick tonight. Now, Aaron Rodgers, he can make every throw in the NFL. All right. No concern there. But take a look at the Bills secondary here. All right. Not bad. Kind of the same. All right. Short left, short mid, short right. Not that great. Deep left, deep mid, deep right. A little bit better. But Aaron Rodgers will test you when he's feeling it. So throwing over to the next slide, you will see that Aaron Rodgers in this offense is built on a quick, short slants and moving your defensive secondary up, not playing in a dime or nickel, and him crushing you deep. Now, trouble is deep is where he gets into it. So be careful tonight, Aaron. Take your shots, but take calculated shots. Also, Aaron loves throwing to the left side of the field. The right side could be trouble if he is flushed as well. So taking a look at the last slide of his game scripts, RELAX, relax. You just got back from London, long trip, team is tired, and then you had a brand new coaching staff. All right, a lot going on. New play caller, Todd Downing, like I said, former tight end coach. He's going to take it from the interim coach that we're playing with defense and to use the tight ends. All right, the first few drives from the Jets, just find rhythm. You don't have to go deep. You don't have to win the game early. Just get your rhythm with all these new changes. So it could be a slow start, heavy tight end usage, 3.5-star rating for Aaron Rodgers throw a pick.
Oh, man, I absolutely love the no-fly zone. Dan AB says, after a bad game, Rodgers usually comes out and balls. We will see tonight if that is the case. Real quick update from Dodger Stadium. The Mets have added one. They continue to play in the seventh. They've got first and third, one out. They're up 7-3 as they continue to play well today. It looks like they're going to go back to New York tied at 1 apiece, and that's where the game is tonight. So, Seabass, let me come over to you. After that incredible breakdown by AB on the quarterbacks tonight, I don't know that I've ever had a game that I've had to break down or watch somebody else break down with two guys that one is absolutely a future Hall of Famer. We believe that Josh Allen ultimately will be a Hall of Famer. But when you look at Josh Allen over the years, he's had games where you just can't trust him. You just don't know. And when you break it down like that, and the fact that maybe he's just not right up here, I'm not convinced that he should be starting tonight. Are you?
God, these football players, man, you can't get them off the field. I like to go back to the Any Given Sunday, Lawrence Taylor's character reference. They just love the game and they want to play. Should he play? Should he not? We talked about it with Tua as well. Somebody's got to step in if it's that bad, right? But after watching the no-fly zone, yes, Josh Allen, depending on how this game goes, if he's got to force things late in the game, could be trouble for him.
It could be trouble for him. And when you're talking, Raphael, about the wind and then where he shouldn't. The one thing that Josh Allen has done in his career, as we looked at their 2024 stats so far, I mean, look at these numbers, Raphael. Are you kidding me? Josh Allen averaging 189 points a game. Clearly, there is something wrong. The numbers say it. There's something wrong.
Yeah, he's just not throwing the ball down the field. Looks like Ben Roethlisberger in his last year. A whole bunch of dump passes, and the long ball is just not there. So, and same thing with Aaron Rodgers. His long ball is not there. I just don't understand why they're not using the tight ends more for the long shot. I mean, the middle of the field is always open. You can get a 20, 30-yard pass for the tight ends if you just do it correctly. But yeah, the long ball, nowhere to be found so far in the NFL, period.
And let's look at that bottom number right there, Soupy. Normally, Josh Allen, if we're talking gym bets, you usually get him from 1,000 to plus 1,500 because he's always used his legs. He's big, he's fast. But this year, averaging 32 a game, he easily gets to 60 or 70 some nights, and only two rushing touchdowns through 5 games. Are you convinced that this guy is, or give me a number on what you think Josh Allen is from a health percentage, 70, 80, 85?
It might be 60, 65% because his legs are the most important part of his game. He's one of those, he's a Lamar Jackson. Now we're looking at Jaden Daniels. He's that level. He uses his legs to open up the pass game. And those 2 first rushing touchdowns but it came in the first game of the year. He hasn't had a rushing touchdown since. And I think that's a big reason why we're seeing that this offense has struggled completely over the last 2 games against Houston and Baltimore, 2 teams that are going to be in the AFC playoffs.
And we hear in the chat, AB, Brian says, game script in 2 wins has kept Allen numbers down. Remember, one of the wins, the very first game, they had to come back at home to beat Arizona. So they've kind of been struggling since the start. Another one of their wins was when they went to Miami and Tua went down, and that was kind of a layup as well. So who do you think the real quarterback is, the real team is, and who do you think is better right now between these two?
So here's the problem with Josh Allen. All right, so his numbers are down, and I'm going to snipe this bot in real time as we're talking because, all right, they've gotten balanced. They run the football. That's why them without running backs tonight is so incredibly important. Think of them like the Saints. When Taysom Hill went out, that's what kept them balanced. That's what kept Derek Carr from throwing it 40 times a game. They don't want Josh Allen doing it either, and they don't want to run him. Why? Because of what you're facing tonight. If he goes out, that's the team, man. Like, you're done. So that's why his numbers are low. It's actually a good thing. But here's where the Jets are going to get after it, because when you force them to be unbalanced, man, that's trouble. And if the Jets get out to a lead and the Jets can run the football because they've got Breece Hall healthy and ready to go, an offensive line, man, that's where the Bills get into trouble. So, I mean, Aaron Rodgers has the better opportunity for consistency, but they might not use him if they get up big. And then Josh Allen, he's 1 play away from being gone. Like, that's what's scary about playing any of his props tonight, is that it could be first drive, he's done, out, and you lose all your props.
And here's the thing, Seabass, 9 for 30 last week for the Buffalo Bills. They had the ball inside the 5 late in the game, and the Texans had 3 timeouts, so they had to try to get a first down. 3 incompletions, punt, Texas field goal, game is over. Not only are they not playing good football, but they come into the Meadowlands tonight as not playing smart football either, and they have the veteran head coach. Am I right?
Yes, you are right. Now, we talked early in the season as we were going through, how are the Bills going to react to all the players that they lost during free agency, right? That they didn't re-sign, the players that left. But then they were winning a couple of games, so we thought, well, maybe they're going to be okay. They've looked really good in some games. But as you mentioned last week, 9 of 30 is horrific. Those are Mitch Trubisky numbers, as we touched on earlier. But yeah, I think there is cause for concern for the Bills right now. And tonight's going to be one of those games. Can they get it back? Can they get it back on track? I guess we'll find out.
We have props in about 5 minutes. Raphael, when you look at last week and I know they were behind, but for Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball 54 times, and 3 interceptions, only 244. Breece Hall, AB already brought up his name, 9 carries for only 23 yards. They've got to figure out a way that not to throw it 54 yards and Breece Hall to get it going, so that maybe the guys like Garrett Wilson can get open. It's a novel concept.
Yeah, they'll establish the run early with the new head coach. Was a tight end coach. I think the run ball will be really, really active. The total just moved to 42 at DraftKings. So it's very interesting because a lot of money coming in on the Jets. So Jets and parlays coming in on the over. We could see a pick 'em before kickoff.
Golly, I've never seen numbers move like this. And Soupy, I got about 30 seconds. There's a better at BetMGM. He had a 12 leg. All he needs is the over 41.5 to come in for $157,000. Would you hedge that?
No, because I got the under. Bye my year money, buddy.
Hedge it.
I'm saying if you were that guy, would you?
Right,
If
right.
you were
No, because I think I wouldn't have made that bet anyways. I wouldn't have made the over. I would never get to this point anyways.
Does Soupy understand the entertainment portion of
I
this
do
program?
understand the entertainment value. I'm
Clearly
saying I
you
wouldn't
do
do it. I wouldn't do it because I don't like the over.
If somebody gave you $80,000, 80 grand to
Just give
get
me 80
out,
grand now. Yeah, just give it to me now then. We're not
that's
doing
what
anything.
I'm saying. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, still to come. We have all of our props. We've got key matchups. If you missed the top of the hour, James Cook, he ain't cooking tonight. He's out. We're live on Stadium. It's prime time. We continue across the bottom of the hour. Thank you so much for finding us every single Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night. The live number just continues to grow every single show, so thank you for that. We've done the Bills side, AB. What do we got for the Jets? Jets.
Well, let's go ahead and clear off the dumpster juice of that last segment and go right into the parlay. I'm just kidding, man. All right, so look, Jets plus 1.5, Breece Hall anytime TD plus 175. Jets plus 1.5, Garrett Wilson anytime TD plus 300. Jets money line, Aaron Rodgers 250 plus passing yards at plus 500. All right, Raphael, start with you. What do you like?
But Pat McAfee calling the plays tonight. I'm doing a 5-1 Jets money line and Aaron Rodgers plus 250 passing yards. Give me that 5-1. We're cashing.
All right, there we go. Seabass, what do you like?
I'm going to be conservative for once, and I'm going to take the Jets plus 1.5, Breece Hall anytime TD.
Okay. Soupy, if you were to take 80,000, no, I'm kidding. What do you got?
I'm putting $80,000 on the plus 500 because I think the Jets are going to win, and I think Aaron Rodgers could actually get to this 250. He's gonna hit a couple big passes in this game.
All right, Coach. What do you like here?
God, I'm going number 2 plus 300. I love Garrett Wilson tonight, and I think the Jets are going to win at home. This is perfect for me, AB. I'll take the plus 300.
All right. You know what? I'll take the plus 175. I'll punk it down. I'll take it. It's chalk, but you know what? Breece Hall usually finds the end zone. He'll get a lot of snaps tonight. I'll take it.
All right. Quick comment from the chat. Japan says, where did you find this guy? You know what? I've been asking that same question for 8 months, Japan. Where did we find? Connecticut.
My mom's been asking that for like 30-something years.
He literally just crushed himself. That's next level teasing right there. Yes, AB?
Oh, it is. And, well, never mind. We'll talk about it in a minute. You're right.
All right, Mookie Betts down on strikes. Oh, they had 2 on, nobody out. Still 7-3, bottom of the ninth. We'll keep you updated there as well. We are back on Stadium in just 5 seconds. Welcome back to DTL Primetime Live on Stadium, also simulcast on our YouTube page as we cross the bottom of the hour. On the Primetime shows, we separate out. We got the straight plays at the top of the hour. We like to see how things play out, how numbers move and things like that. And we have props at the bottom. So I need to see, producer man, where I'm going to go first, if you do not mind. And AB, the one thing about educating and entertaining is that when we give out a play in the morning, I love seeing how potentially it moves or how it changes or anything like that. But you're on Aaron Rodgers. You gave these out this morning, and I love the reasons why. Start us off.
Correct, sir. What you don't see on here are individual interceptions. That's why we're playing the over of 2.5 turnovers tonight, because the risk of Josh Allen, even though I love him to throw a pick and I don't hate Rodgers either, it could be Mitch Trubisky throwing 3 picks. So we're going to play over 2.5 turnovers because you have backup running backs in as well that are going to be getting hit, and they ain't used to it on Monday night. Love turnovers. Now, these right here, Aaron Rodgers, over 21.5 completions. You're going to have tight ends galore. You're going to have short passes. They're going to be throwing to Breece Hall. That dude's got hands, son. He could catch as well. So we're going to take that. We're also going to take Aaron Rodgers' longest completion, over 32.5 yards. Remember, okay, if you want to play a Jets receiver, do it, Coach. I know you're on Garrett Wilson, and awesome. I love it. Aaron Rodgers over 32.5 doesn't mean it has to be 32.5 air yards. Yak is going to come into play tonight, too. Could be a 5-yard slant. They go 75. That's why we're playing those two. Aaron Rodgers, strong arm, and everything's on him tonight. He'll be dealing. He knows what time it is. This is the first time that he's gotten somebody's job taken.
By the way, Jared says, I love it, AB. See you at the pay window. Now, if it were me and I just completely bungled a question from the All-American host who's been on national TV for over 2 decades, I would probably be paying attention. Would you guys not think so? Soupy wants everybody in the chat to love him because apparently somebody just got his first fantasy win of the season. Is that true, Soupy?
It is not my first fantasy win at all overall, but first fantasy win in the DTL league.
So the one we care about, it's your first one.
Yes, the one you guys care about.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
I don't care about the 8,000 other fantasy leagues you're in. I care about this one.
Well,
Our
in my
fantasy
my cousin league.
Our fantasy expert, Mr. Fades and Sits over 6. It happens. Trust me. I tease because I don't play because I suck at it. You are our expert. All right, Soupy. I'm looking at this, and I love because right up to showtime, these numbers were changing for Josh Allen. This shows how much the books have no idea what's going on. You're up.
This was at his rushing attempts were at 6.5. I actually went with the over, and then just before we came on, it went up to 8.5, probably because James Cooks was out. And I don't like it. I like Ty Johnson getting some carries, Ray Davis getting some carries. Hopefully Frank Gore gets some. And I don't like them going against this Jets pass rush, this Jets front line. They're very good. And Josh Allen throws interceptions. That's just what he does. AB explained it. So I am going to take him to get a interception. He's done in 3 of his last 4 against the Jets. And Garrett Wilson, this also changed, not by much, but he had a great game last week. That's not happening again. The Jets aren't going to throw as much. He's going against Christian Bedford, the best cornerback that they have. He's allowed 6 catches for 27 yards this year, just 4 yards after the catch.
I don't care how much you emphasize the word, Soupy. I'm about to show you why there are levels to this game. By the way, we're all tied up. Mets just cleaned out the Dodgers. We're tied at 1 going back to New York. But I've got to do it the way Producer Man laid it out for flow. No, it's okay. You can leave it there. You can leave it there, Producer Man. It's okay. Raphael, coming over to you before I teach Soupy a little lesson. You're up, sir.
I'll talk really fast for your coach so you can teach him a lesson. Give me Taylor Bass over 6.5 kicking points for the Buffalo Bills. Hopefully, we won't see 2 missed field goals in the same field as we saw last night, but he's hit this prop 4 out of 5 games. His last game, he had 8 points, so I think he gets this one pretty easily. And then we're going with Bryce Hall over 3.5 total receptions at -120. He's hit this 6 out of 10 times. I think he's going to be target on the ground and through the air, so I think he has a really, really big game. He's averaging 5.6 targets a game, so I think he has a huge game on both sides. And then Aaron Rodgers over 215 passing yards. 215. This one opened at 228.5, and now it's 215.5. Like I said in my parlay that I'm going to cash, he's going to throw for 250 plus. Give me Aaron Rodgers. He has a big game. That's why I like the Jets to win.
You're damn right he does, Raphael. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He has a big-time game tonight, but he's only got a couple of targets that can get the job done. You look at any of the box scores, it's Garrett Wilson, Conklin, and kind of everybody else. So not only do I like the receptions tonight at over 5.5, and they're a little bit juicy, but hell, sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. I also like the yards. Now, if you notice, my number is different than Soupy's. This morning, it was in the 60s. Now, there are a lot of people like Soupy that don't believe in him, so the numbers come down. I don't care if it's 59, 61, 62. I would take this up to 70. This dude went 13 for over 100 yards last week. He is an all-pro caliber guy and gets it done tonight. Then I like Josh Allen to go under, and I hate unders, but 18.5 completions coming off 9 and 17 the last 2 weeks. They're not going to change their play calling that much, so let's go under 8.5 tonight for completions for Josh Allen. All right, Seabass, coming to you, big boy.
Coach, I got 3 props tonight. We're going to go with Tyler Conklin over 3.5 receptions. He's done this in the last 3 games. We've already talked about new coach, short passes over the middle through the slants. I like him to get his catches tonight. Mike Williams, longest reception over 15.5 yards tonight. He's done this in every game that he's had a target. Game 1, he didn't get a target. Game 2, he only had 1, but also went over that number, so I expect him to do that again tonight. And then Dorian Williams for the Bills, over 8.5 tackles and assists. That original number was 7.5, but I think with some of the changes that have been made and the wind and weather that we've got, they bumped that up to 8.5, but he's double digits every game, with the exception of game 1, he had 9. So give me that over 8.5 as well.
Yeah, I think that's a really good assumption. All right, now we've got some key matchups tonight. And AB, James Cook is sitting, so his whole side of the board is out. But we found out, 2-3 minutes before the game started tonight. But on the other side, we have a pretty good running back in Breece Hall. I mean, a really good running back in Breece Hall. So let's just look at his numbers for now. Anything pop off to you?
Attempts, that should be up. I really like the attempts there. Longest rush, yeah, I don't hate it. Anytime TD, don't hate it. 2+ TDs, I kind of dig that. I think I would go on that plus 550 because he will get all the looks down there. And if you're looking at the Bills rushers, look, Josh Allen, his rushing yards are at 37.5. Ray Davis, 47.5. Ty Johnson, 24.5. So you've got a lot of splits, and you probably won't even see Frank Gore on your books. But yeah, attempts and 2 TDs. That's where I look at for Breece Hall.
I love that touchdown number because if they get inside the 10 tonight, which is usually the case, because that's just how the Jets offense works. They love this guy, Raphael. They love and at some point they need to lean into him, and then we'll get to Garrett Wilson shortly. But this guy, if they're going to win football games, he's got to be a featured back.
Yeah, and those bottom numbers that have the yellow, ooh, I like that. Plus 550 to 2 touchdowns to anytime TD at DraftKings right now as I speak, even money. So why don't you just go over there and get the even money? I think he scores tonight. I love the even money. I was a little bit shocked when I clicked over there. It was even money. So I love that even money for anytime touchdown by Hall.
Oh, I love that. Anything plus 100 or higher, I will take it. Let's flip it now over to the receivers tonight. And we've got a couple of guys that we got to keep our eye on. Keon Coleman, maybe just the funniest dude that the Buffalo Bills had. If you've never seen him talk, and I mean, he's just awesome, but he can play. He can absolutely play it. And Garrett Wilson, you just heard me talk about him. So, Soupy, I know you love fantasy. Are these two guys for fantasy owners an absolute go tonight?
I already said that I don't like Garrett Wilson tonight. Maybe in PPR he could get some catches, but I don't know if he's going to get the yards, possibly get a score tonight. I love Keon Coleman, though. He has really picked it up over the last couple of weeks. Khalil Shakur was out last week. We'll see how he is today. Is he 100%? I don't know. But Keon Coleman is absolutely showing his athleticism. I think he gets in the end zone tonight.
How much do we think, Seabass, that Shakur being out could help the numbers for Keon Coleman, who every week's getting a little bit more confident and a little bit more confident?
Yeah, anytime that you've got one less guy to take on receptions and therefore yards, it helps out all the other guys on the field. Because let's say they're going to, add more receivers in there to cover for Shakur. He hasn't been in games, right? Whoever this guy may be coming off the bench. So, yeah, it looks really good for Keon Coleman. I think it only helps him if Shakur does not play tonight.
I absolutely believe that. AB, Garrett Wilson is one of those guys. He's kind of like an A.J. Brown or a DK Metcalf. He's fiery. And when he doesn't get the football, he will let you know it. I think with a new coaching staff, that only helps him because they don't want to listen to him bark on the sidelines all night and yell at Aaron Rodgers, I need to get mine. He's not Calvin Ridley from yesterday who just sat there and said, I got to get more. They will give it to him. And last week in London, they gave it to him early and often. And I think tonight he gets targeted even more.
He will. Look, and I think there's going to be more attempts, excuse me, on the Jet side than people might think. And Aaron will move it around. He's going to take care of his guys too, right? Like he's going to take care of Garrett. He's going to take care of Lazard. The interesting thing would be on the other side, I believe you have Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who's the only one that didn't get to make it to the reunion barbecue up there in New York. I don't know. I mean, he's only had 3 targets. I don't think he caught any of them. So I wouldn't count on him tonight, but it would be a fun revenge game for him.
AB, he just takes it off the face mask. When he came, we couldn't get him out of town fast enough from Kansas City. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, my God. I hear that name and I shudder. I was like, oh, no, I can't have him again. Patrick Mahomes won't even pick up the phone when he calls right now. That's how much he doesn't trust Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Good Lord. All right, good breakdown, gentlemen. Good props tonight. Soupy, care for a little side? We can make it an even 60 yards if you want. I'll take the over. You take the under.
I'm still confident in the 59.
Yes.
Still confident. If you think you need that, then go for it.
I literally just gave you.
I know, but I'm still confident in my number. That's what I'm saying. I'm still confident in my number.
I need it. I don't think I need it. I'm trying to do you a solid.
I don't need it. I'm confident.
I am I in Banana Land? It's prime time live. We're on Stadium. Oh my gosh. All right, you degenerates. You're like, what am I listening to right now? Well, you're listening to a bunch of dudes having a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys are as well. So, AB, I love what the books are doing. We have first half. Oh, yes. Give me some points, fans. This is where I thrive, baby. I thrive on this stuff. Let's go.
It is. You did. You've been doing money on these. All right. So anybody that's brand new to points bands, what it is, you're essentially choosing the final score for each team and which category it falls in. Let's say that the Jets win 27-24. That would mean 21-30 cashes for both the Bills and the Jets. Get it? Now, I won't read through all of them because everybody can see it here, but I will start with Raphael. Pick a band for each team, buddy. What do you got?
I would love to see Soupy read all these. That's what I want to see. But I'm going to take 11-20. I'm going to take Buffalo Bills plus 150 for that one. And then for the Jets, I'll do 21-30. I'll take the plus 175 for the Jets.
All right. Soupy, where are you going?
Jets 21-30. And I'm going, this is the absolute bottom for the Bills, 0-10 points.
Wow. Plus 550. Wow. Okay. Seabass.
Nice.
What do you like?
Man, yeah, no, I'm with the Jets 21-30. I'm actually going to put the Bills in 21-30 as well.
Coach, where are you going? You looking at 51 plus for both. Let's go.
I would, but I'm afraid I have to ask Soupy a question on that as well. And then
yeah, let's not do that.
Where the hell we would go. I think both get into the really, really low 20s. I hope the BetMGM better gets his 157,000 without having to hedge. So I'm going to go 21-30 for both. So plus 60, plus 175, like 21-20, something like that, AB.
I'm doing the exact same thing. This game is going to get weird as hell, and you're going to see the ball all over the yard tonight. I'll go 21-30 on both of them. Right there with you, Coach.
Yes, Seabass, go.
Coach, if the game ends 21-20, they both don't fit in that 21-30 bracket.
Yeah, I said 22-21, something like that. That's why I said something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't hear.
Appreciate you correcting me. Phil, by the way, say Soupy smoking that good stuff tonight. The good stuff. Yeah. We're back on Stadium in 5 seconds. Hopefully.
Ring, ring.
All right, we continue on. Oh, we're about 30 minutes away from kickoff of the last game of Week 6 in the National Football League. A big live number tonight. Thank you guys so very much. Now, Thursday, I say oh my goodness, 3-3. The Saints, they're up 27-24 at halftime. And they gave up 27 straight in the second half. Raphael, I know this one isn't still bothering you at all. So why don't I come over to you and your early look ahead for Thursday Night Football? We'll be here live on Stadium, sir.
I just want to see how loud the boos are going to get when Sean Payton walks out to the field, because they're still not happy that he's gone and what they left him with. So I'm more excited for how the boo birds come out for Sean Payton. But I can see two rookie quarterbacks, Bo Nix, going up for Denver, and a quarterback for the Saints. So what a weird Thursday Night Football game.
It really is. It didn't make a lot of sense, AB, until I looked it up. And, in the NFL, they love storylines. And this is a really good storyline when you're talking about a guy who was a Super Bowl coach, and then you've got him in Denver now. And the Saints, it seems like an eternity ago, AB, that they scored 91 points in the first 2 quarters, and now they've lost 4 straight. Alvin Kamara gets banged up. They lose Derek Carr. You got Spencer Rattler. Somebody needs to get right here.
Well, who's going to get right are people who bet interception props in this game as soon as they come out, because there will be picks galore in this game. Alvin Kamara, Tennessee dog. Hey, stay healthy, man. They're going to run the hell out of you in this game.
By the way, Curtis says, I never thought I'd say that Seabass is right. Coach, you said 21-20 or something like that. Curtis, here's what also is right. I'm the host of this damn show. Whatever I said is what I said. Let's understand that right now. And we don't have a rewind button. So you can spend the time, put it on social media, and nobody will know what the hell you're talking about. Curtis, that's what I'm talking about.
Retweet.
You've got to retweet an original tweet. There hasn't been an original tweet yet.
Not yet.
Oh, my God. What I have a feeling that you're going to put something out here in a minute.
Somebody give me one of them Chesterfields. I need a cig after all this.
No, Coach, I don't engage in that sort of shenanigans on social media.
Oh, of course not. We're talking about Denver. And we know in Colorado, they have all the good stuff there. Seabass, your early take 3 days early.
Anytime a former coach goes into his old place of employment, it usually benefits that old coach. So early look, I like Denver kind of -1.5, I think.
They've had, I would have said that before they came out and laid an egg yesterday. And who's the only one that hasn't gone? Soupy, the only one that hasn't gone here on this look ahead? Yes?
Yep. Sure,
Okay.
You want me to, though?
Easy. That was like a legit question. Easy, big fella. Easy, big fella. Until they laid an egg yesterday, the Broncos have had some really good games this year. Then they come out yesterday, and I looked down. I'm like, wait a second. Chargers are up 20-0. Jim Harbaugh's in the locker room, and the Broncos. And this is what happens whenever you have a rookie quarterback. You can have really good days, and you can have really bad days. But they are 3-3. So it's not like they've had a horrible start with Bo Nix out of Oregon. And on the road, they've actually played pretty good this year on the road.
They've been a huge surprise this year. I didn't think they were going to be 3-3 at this point. I think the New Orleans fans are going to be mad because Sean Payton locked up the next Drew Brees, apparently. This game is just, I don't even know how to predict this game because just Spencer Rattler and Bo Nix, I think it's just going to be a lot of sloppy play. I really, really don't know, but I think I like the Broncos a little bit better just because New Orleans just looking bad right now, even without.
AB, go.
May I clean this up real quick? All right, so
Please,
remember one thing.
You, please.
Absolutely. Bo Nix played 1 year at Oregon. He played 3 years at Auburn against LSU. These fans know exactly who the hell Bo Nix is. I assure you, once they move off of Peyton, they'll move it to Bo Nix. They know him. They absolutely know this dude.
TJ, that's for you. Heel coach is coming. Oh, God, heel coach wants to come out so very much. But I got to be a professional, at least until 4:57:30 tonight here on the show. All right, that is Thursday night. We'll be live at 7 p.m. Eastern time right here on Stadium. Now, if you guys feel like maybe I'm getting in my feelings now that we're into week 6 and that all my buddies are in the club popping bottles, and that Tina comes into the chat every single show, says hi to AB, says hi to Seabass, says hi to Chuck, says hi to DG, but yet me, Soupy, and Raphael, we're still out there looking for crumbs on the corner, waiting to get in at the end of the line. But tonight's our night. All right, AB, we have rules to this game. For people who are new, plus 1,000 or higher. If you want to play, put it into the chat to make it official. You got the first diamond in the sky, diamond. All right, AB, you're up. Let's go.
Well, Coach, I hate to do it to y'all, but you said breadcrumbs. Hey, all right, Soup Kitchen's down the street in the club. Take a look at that name right there. Ty Johnson, plus 2,800. Yeah, I played the Bills backup running back 2 hours ago because I had a feeling and knew that your boy was going to be out tonight. Ty Johnson, the veteran. It'll be your boy Ray Davis, get him all the way down the field, and then they'll hand the ball to the veteran and let him score the touchdown. Ty Johnson, plus 2,800. Let's go.
Your boy Brian said it's going to be Ray Davis that gets into the club.
Not a bad pick.
In fact, by the way, I hate to admit it, but that's kind of a next level pick for you right there. Really is. That's like looking way, way past what any of the rest of our crew, except for me, could ever even understand to play in the club as we head towards the second floor. All right, Seabats, you've got a diamond above your name. Furious, but you've earned the right to go second. You're up.
Yeah, well, I think that my play's pretty intuitive as well here, Coach, seeing as how new offensive coordinator, and he likes the tight end play, and Conklin is going to get down there, and he's getting in for my second gem tonight. That's all.
First of all, you're not allowed to use words that you cannot spell. And we all know you cannot spell that. AB, go. Oh,
Ty Johnson, look at the chat. He went from plus 2,800 to plus 1,400. He's almost not even available in this game.
It just drives me insane. You know what? You know who else is being driven insane right now? The fact that Dan in the chat now realizes that he's got to play with Soupy tonight because Soupy had his pick, Alan Lazard. Explain yourself.
AB mentioned the Soup Club. Well, the Soup Man is bringing the party to the Soup Club until he gets into the real club tonight. I told you, Garrett Wilson is not doing anything. Rodgers and Lazard have the best connection. He already has 3 touchdowns this year, and he's going to start it off tonight.
Did you just call yourself the Soup Man?
I did.
Oh, my God. Branding
no soup for you.
He's branding himself. All right, producer man, who has a little advantage on us because he actually sends out the rundown and everything. He had Keon Coleman early today. I mean, right out of the jump. He's driving insane too. All right, Raphael, who do you got?
Yeah, he stole mine because I was going to do that, but producer man was up much earlier than me, so I'm going with Dalton Kincaid at plus 1,400 since producer man stole mine.
Japan says, I hate soup. That's just classic. I'm going to go with Mike Williams, only because Mike Williams has been a name that's been a really good wide receiver for many, many years. Last week, you only had 2 for 25. I get it, but I've got to go against the grain. I've got to do something different. I cannot any longer have a Joe Burrow run a 48-yard touchdown run to start the game and go, what the hell is going on? It all changes tonight. Mike Williams. Take care of your boy. Let's go. Can't even imagine what I'm going to be like when it's like week 11 or week 12. I know what Coach Phil felt like. Holy cow. He literally smoke coming out of his ears. And if Soupy gets in before me or Raphael gets in before me,
what I do?
Maybe
you should try picking as heel coach.
You know what? It's not a bad idea. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. I'll take all of these Monday night. Feels good. Feels good, Seabass. Straight to the way window. From Dr. Alamo, Big Soupy, or the Soup Man. My numbers guy, Raphael. Only 5-star chef in the game. Seabass, my man AB and producer man. You ain't getting in with Keon Coleman. I'm simply the coach. Trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about on prime time. Only on Stadium. Good luck. You're damn right.